Hello everyone, we are going to make kind of a video to follow up from our shakedown hike this past weekend and just go over a couple of the things that we tried out for the very first time that we've gotten in the mail in the last month or two and give you sort of like a first impression. Jay has his stuff up first and then where we might just kind of bounce it back and forth between the two of us. So I think first up are the Black Diamond trekking poles, right?
Yeah, so these are the Black Diamond Trail Ergo corks, and I had zero issues with them. They were extremely comfortable. That tilted grip, it's like 15 degrees or whatever, it's really nice for your wrist, and I was able to put my little GoPro mount on there also, and all that worked out fine. And yeah, the flip locks are so much better than those twist locks that we had before. So very happy with the new poles.
I don't have my poles in yet, but what I really like about the cork grips on the Black Diamonds is that they're narrower than Lecky's, and I have child's hands, so it's more comfortable for me. I'm definitely excited to get them. Alright, so the very first night with the Z-Pak's sleeping bag, that it is the 20-degree bag from Z-Pak's, and it's the standard length, which is up to someone who's 5'7", I believe. I'm 5'2", so it gives me plenty of extra room to pull the end right over my head. And it is, let's see, a standard width as well. I got it with the regular zipper. The box is all closed off. The reason I chose this bag is because when I was looking for a warmer sleeping bag or quilt for the hammock, I wanted something that could have a full zipper so I'd have the versatility of using it as a mummy sort of style bag if we slept in a shelter or switched to a tent, which we're going to talk about later. And the Z-Paks really seem to fit the bill. So sleeping with this on the trail, I was really warm. I pulled it right over my head. I did have all my layers on Saturday night though, and I think once I got into bed, I could have definitely stripped off a layer or two and been perfectly fine with this over me.
And I also actually just ordered the exact same thing in blue, except I got the long and the broad size. So I'm excited for that one to come in. Next is my Mont Belle Superior Down Parka. This is actually the first time I really wore it on a freezing cold day on trail, and it is extremely warm, and it really locks out all of the drafts and all that. I actually wore it to sleep in too, and it was perfect.
You were also commenting in camp how warm you were too, like when we were cooking and everything.
Yeah.
I was struggling with being really cold in camp on Saturday night. I was having definitely an issue with keeping warm, and it kind of made me question if my Ghost Whisperer is going to be warm enough for me. But that's when Jade was talking about his Mont Belle, and
yeah,
one thing with it.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm glad I got this over the Ghost Whisperer. I don't know how true it actually is, but I have heard that because the Ghost Whisperer has so many, like the baffles are so small, wherever they're stitching, that could end up being like a cold spot because it's stitched straight through. And the baffles on this are a lot larger, so meaning less cold spots. I was definitely 100% warm the whole time, so no complaints there. One other thing that I used for the first time were the Z-Pak's rain pants, and they were perfect. I was kind of worried once they got wet if they would stick to your legs, which would be extremely annoying, and they didn't at all. They blocked the wind, they were really warm, they did not stick to my legs whatsoever, and I stayed dry the whole time. Like, they were really perfect. They breathe really well.
Also, we should mention, this is a men's, are they unisex?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they're
probably should
unisex.
be.
They probably are.
I mean, they're a men's large, so
this
they
is a large.
fit me well, and they have a drawstring, so you can make them small. Hopefully I'll lose some weight on the trail, and then these will still fit.
So I ordered a couple of Aqua Clips, and I talked about ordering these in a video maybe a couple weeks ago, and I love it. It's absolutely perfect for what I need. I always struggle with reaching behind into the side pockets of a pack. My arms are really short. I'm a short person. And so I knew that this was going to be an issue for me because on the long trail, I always had to ask Jay to get my water out. And as a result, I got dehydrated as well. There's a story behind that. But I really want to be better about hydrating on the trail. He's always yelling at me for not drinking enough water. And it's true, I don't.
Especially when it's cold out, you don't think you're sweating. You don't think you need to drink as much, but you definitely still do. Just because it's cool out doesn't mean you don't have to drink a lot of water. You're still sweating.
Yeah, so this worked out really well. You just pop this part onto the neck of whatever water bottle you're using. It could be Smart Water, Life Water, really any water bottle I think will work with it. And then what I did is I just found like a little spot on my hip belt and just used this part, and I was able to put my water bottle back and get it when I needed to. So I'm really happy with this, and if you're struggling, definitely check out Aqua Clip. It's like $2. And so I think it's just such like such a simple piece of gear.
So I used the Z-Pak's rain mitts for the first time, and again, just like the rain pants, they were very comfortable, breathable. It's the same exact material as the rain pants are made out of, so no complaints with them. They were really comfortable using them with the trekking poles. I thought that was going to be a little weird, like maybe they'd slide around a lot, but they really didn't. Yeah, and these are the size, I believe these are a large. So, I mean, I do have pretty big hands, but like I still have some room in there. But, I mean, they fit really nice and they kept my hands dry. I guess we can kind of both talk about our shoes because we got the exact same shoes. We both got the Oboz Sawtooth Low, the non-waterproof. And they are non-waterproof, so we definitely, our feet got wet, but still stayed warm, I would like to say.
I'm gonna go grab mine.
And yeah, so I've been hiking in a size 12 Solomons, which are a little narrow to begin with. I've been having issues with blisters on my pinky toes, and I've actually tried a couple different shoes, and that will always happen. I always get them on my pinky toes for some reason. So these are a size 13. There's plenty of room for my toes up here. I'm not rubbing at all. I didn't get any blisters, any hot spots at all. And we were walking in, like my feet were soaking wet. So, I mean, that's a good sign if you ask me. So I'm definitely gonna bring these to Georgia.
When Jay was looking for new shoes again, I suggested the Oboz because I knew that they have this amazing insole. So I know it's kind of difficult to see, but this gives such good arch support here. And I don't know what it is about this insole, you guys, but it's just so comfortable. I don't know how else to put it. It's so comfortable.
So unlike any normal shoe, like the Ultras, anything like that, the insoles are it's just a piece of rubber, and it's like rubber and foam. They're not stiff. These actually have like stiff arch support to them. So it's almost like a mix between a regular insole and like a Superfeet insole.
Superfeet, yeah.
I mean, and I know you can buy actually these separately, and people buy them and put them in their shoes just like they do Superfeet because they do provide awesome support. And I'm really digging that.
I ended up with the...
Oh, you just got dirt everywhere. Apparently her shoes are dirty because now her lap is covered in mud.
I ended up with the men's 8.5. I have kind of wide feet. I'm really happy with them too. The only thing is that I got a blister on my right heel. I do not think that that is because of any issue with the shoes though. That is because my right foot's a half size smaller than my left, so I always have an issue with it slipping. I did pick up a heel cup from the drugstore the other day. I'm gonna try that. I'm also gonna try sock liners as awesome. I'm covered in mud right now. Last but not least, I had a question in the comments from the video we just uploaded a couple days ago about the rain and my Hyperlight pack. So this was the first time I took this pack on an overnight and also in any rain. Now, Hyperlight claims that the pack is highly, highly water resistant, so you don't need a pack cover, but that, you know, you wouldn't want to submerge it underwater either, because there are seams, as there are with any kind of like Dyneema or Cuban fiber. For the through hike though, I'm definitely going to use a liner, even though this pack, you know, is really, really water resistant. I don't think you ever regret waterproofing things extra, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The only other thing, so otherwise, I absolutely love this pack. I'm so happy that I picked it up, and it's working out really, really well. It's really comfortable. I don't feel like I have to be super, super, super careful with how I pack it. As long as I don't shove anything like rock hard into the back here, I'm fine. It's perfect. The padding is perfect. The hip belt, the adjustments are really simple. I have no chafing from it or anything like that. And I just have nothing but good things to say right now. So that's it for our gear that we tried out for the first time. And I think overall we're really happy with how everything went. And I think there's just like a couple things that we wanted to talk about as far as changes that we're going to make. The first big change is switching from a hammock to a tent.
I'm a little nervous about not sleeping at all those first couple of nights, which is going to make it difficult, but I know soon enough I will get used to it.
I think also though, your insomnia's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, it definitely has.
It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Well, first of all, I said if you want a hammock, I'll tent. I don't, you know, I want both of us to sleep as well as possible. Just starting out in early March, I just feel better having walls around me, I guess, number one. And number two is, because it's the winter, you know, you're sleeping with your water filter, your electronics, your phone, and all that stuff. And when I'm in the hammock laying there, I feel like I move and everything just slides down around me and I just feel claustrophobic. But with that being said, of course, like, you know, we already discussed if he's flat out not sleeping in the tent, we're gonna get the hammock shipped to us out on the trail. And
True.
That's kind of where we stand with the sleeping situation. Other than that, I would say that's like the biggest change. And I think overall we're pretty like happy with the experience that we got with all that.
Yeah, I'm glad the weather was so horrible.
Yeah,
that was really perfect. We couldn't have asked for better weather to test all of our stuff in. So a successful weekend.
Yeah.
And we will try to do another shakedown hike. Well, I mean, we're going to do as many as we can.
And tell me if you think this would be a funny idea. Suppose you had a hiker trash Christmas tree. Like, instead of Christmas lights, you like put like zing it around for garland, and then instead of like a star at the top, you put your headlamp.
This is what I deal with.
I think this would be so much fun. Yeah, and then your Christmas tree would probably smell so bad you'd want to light it on fire at the end of it, but I think it'd be really funny. Right?
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Talk to you all soon.